Ntando Ngcaphu. I'm 26 years old and I am from Pretoria. My dad was my main influence because my dad at some point he wanted to pursue a music career, so his bug bit me. So yeah, so I pretty much followed what my dad wanted to follow from the start. He actually took me to music lessons when I was young.
Right, every year the Southern African Music Rights Organization, which is SAMRO, grants young artists an opportunity to further their studies through their overseas scholarship competition. Previous winners, you'd remember they include the multi-award winning jazz pianist Bokani Dyer and singer and songwriter and performer Zoe Modiga. But this year saw a record number of entries, and it was Soweto-born pianist Ntando Ngcaphu who eventually bagged the prize in the jazz category. The former National School of Arts student joins us now to tell us about his win and how he feels. Good morning to you. How are you?
I'm okay, and yourself?
Thank you so much for coming through and congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes. How do you feel for winning this competition?
It's very overwhelming. One does not really know how to go about this, but I'm also pretty excited about it.
Yeah, I can imagine. It was a tough one because we had someone from the SAMRO Foundation here last week who was saying that all the participants it was the semi-finals last week.
Yes.
That's the best that the country has ever seen. So it must have been quite a difficult one for you as well.
Yes. Everyone from the first performance, I was like, wow, there's so much talent out there. And we were all pretty different, you know. We all have our unique attributes, you know, in how we play.
All right. So talk to us about those unique attributes. What made you different from the rest of the contestants?
Most of us have pretty much gone through the school process. We are pretty learned in the study of jazz and so forth. However, what made me different might be, I think it's mostly the way I approach my music. With everyone it is personal, but with me I like to look at things from different angles, not just the education part, but I like to interact with my audience or interact with my band members. So I think that resonated. Like, people really drew attention to people a lot in my playing.
All right. When I music, because I was listening to the clip just before our conversation, saying that this thing it runs in the family you took from your dad.
Well, I do not know when I started music. I'll be honest. I do not know when. My father wanted to pursue music from a long time. He once tried to play violin, but during apartheid he couldn't continue with that career. So I guess that music bug got me, and then he introduced me to music school when I was young, the Soweto Youth Music Development. That's where I actually started my music journey.
At a very early age.
Yes.
But then, Ntando, was there ever time when you sort of doubted your abilities, when you saw your fellow competitors? Let's just talk about the likes of Thandi Ntuli and Nicholas Williams. Yeah,
for me, people like Thandi is my friend. I knew a couple of the other competitors before the competition, and they're friends. For most of us, I would like to think we did not think of it necessarily as a competition, but I believe that SAMRO would choose who would represent them best overseas when studying, you know. So that's how we looked at it, you know. It's healthy competition.
But the fact that it was people that you know, that you got to interact with, did it make it a little bit easier to sort of capitalize on their, can I call them weaknesses?
Not really. Not really. I have to say, not really. And the thing is, when we were preparing for the competition, you do not know what any one of them were actually preparing.
Yeah.
So it was actually quite refreshing to hear how they would actually approach the competition.
All right, let's talk about the prize.
Yeah.
What is it? I know that it's a scholarship. Have you even chosen maybe a place where you'll go study?
Yes. Primarily, my choice is the Berklee College of Music. However, I am also tempted by New York.
So you're still a little bit confused on that one?
Yeah. It's the choice is really hard to make. Yeah.
All right. And the prize is just a 200,000 scholarship?
Yes. You can choose any school that you actually want to study, or even if you want to do master classes, that's also an option. Yeah.
All right. No, we'll leave it at that, Ntando. Thank you so much for coming through.
Thank you for having me.
And all the best going forward.
Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed. Well, there you have it. Ntando Ngcaphu was named the winner of the SAMRO Overseas Scholarship in the Jazz category at the prestigious event on Saturday evening. As we said, he will receive a 200,000 rand scholarship to further his studies as part of his prize.